Hello Sagittarius, it is time for your December reading. I've already pulled your cards. Today we're going to be using the Radiant Rider-Waite Tarot. And I'll go ahead and jump right in because we've already got a lot happening up here. We're starting off with the Emperor, which is also Aries. We have the Queen of Swords, the Page of Pentacles, the Knight of Cups, the Queen of Pentacles, the Nine of Swords, the Death card, the Six of Wands, the King of Wands, and the Seven of Swords. And when I was pulling your last card, we actually had a bonus card jump out, which is actually the Ace of Wands as well. So it seems, just from looking at this, I got the impression initially that you are dealing with an Aries, that it is not just talking about the masculine energy, but most likely I would say you are dealing with an Aries man, at the very least a fire sign male. And there's just a very grounded energy, but I feel like this is a situation, because it's very strong in the fire sign, but I feel like this is specifically referring to a situation dealing with this person. We then have the Queen of Swords after that, and she's it's like she's the logical feminine energy, and she's really trying to measure something out. There's a bird flying there, and I know it might be hard to see, but it makes me think about the idea of eagles flying above the storm. It's like if you're dealing with a masculine energy, then you are probably this feminine energy who's trying to use reason and logic to connect with this masculine energy. And it's like you're hopeful that by reasoning through this, you'll be able to fly above the storm, as it were, avoid this argument. We also have the Page of Pentacles here, and you can see that he is starting off on a new journey and kind of looking at this pentacle that he has in hand and thinking about the future. There is also this fertile tilled soil over here that is ready to plant. So it's talking about an opportunity in this situation to be very productive, to really do well financially, and as well as with physical, tangible possessions, and kind of the decisions that are going on around that. We then have the Knight of Cups here, and you can see that he's coming up to a stream, and he's holding an empty cup, and it's like there's fish on his garments here, but it's almost like he's moving towards something, right? But he doesn't really have it figured out. He's in the desert, but this is a water sign, so it's like going towards, it's moving. There's a lot of movement here because the stream is flowing, the knight is riding a horse, he's going towards something, and it's in the emotional sphere, but he does not have it yet. We then have the Queen of Pentacles. So this is speaking to being in a very productive place, a very creative space. And you can see there's a rabbit here, so it is very fertile, very productive, and it's in that feminine energy that this is happening. So it's interesting because the feminine energy is very balanced between logic and productivity. So it's like a very good combination to logically move towards building your stable financial future, buying a house, moving in towards a more stable place, having more possessions that are 100% yours, like paying off some debt, it's in a very good place where you're going to find that you have more money in hand and kind of less on your mind to worry about. But even with that, and with the logical side, we still have this Nine of Swords here. So there's something subconscious on your mind. And this doesn't necessarily have to be just on your mind, because we do have the Emperor here, and this does sit below the Emperor. So if it isn't on your mind, it is with that fire energy that you're dealing with, Sagittarius, the masculine fire. So they're not, whoever has this issue on their mind, they're not resting well. They are not at peace right now. And with everything that's going on in your life right now, with as busy as you are, with as much success as you're coming into, this could still be you, but it doesn't feel like it is most of you. I feel like if you are in that productive, fruitful, energetic space, and you are not sleeping well, then this is very specifically you. This is coming to an end. Like what you're dealing with, what is on your mind, that situation is coming to an end with the Death card. And it's like there's a quote, I don't remember where I heard this, but it's like, worrying is like praying for something that you don't want to happen. It's like you're dwelling on that, and that's what's on your mind all the time, and that isn't helpful. It isn't useful. It doesn't change things for you. So it's really, although it may seem more complicated than this, what's going to happen will happen, right? Spending more time worrying about it and not sleeping over this issue isn't going to help it. But what I really like about that is with the Six of Wands, we can see that there is victory in this situation. Even if it's someone that you care about, or the person that you're dealing with in this situation who's got this worry on their mind, they will be victorious. If it's you, you will be victorious. You will find that in releasing it and letting the cycle come to an end, you will be at peace. We also have the King of Wands, which is coming into the full power of your masculine energy, which is a really good thing, because we've been talking a lot about the feminine energy being more so in balance. And although the Emperor is very strong, I'm really feeling that this is situational, and that's more of a person rather than a specific state of being. We also have the Seven of Swords here. And you can see it's like everything that's happened, he's still smiling, and he's like picking up after the battle or after the parade or after the show. He's putting the swords away. He's happy. It's been a good day. So although we have the Death card happening here in the middle of this reading, it is ultimately a very positive reading. And then with your bonus card being the Ace of Wands, it's like you have a new beginning in this. You're starting out with a whole new fire energy here. Like you're coming, it's like with the Death, it's like that full cycle, but there's this new growth, this new sprout, and you're really doing well. I am going to look a little bit more at the Death card here and see if we can find out what is coming to an end. That might be helpful. Ooh, we got a lot. All right, so we have the Page of Cups, the Sun card, and the Nine of Wands. Oh, this is kind of interesting. So we have that Knight of Cups, and now we have the Page of Cups. So it's like he's gotten to the river and he's coming away with actually having something in his cup. So that's an emotional situation. So this may be that there's 3 different groups here. So it's either this is either for you or for the person that you're dealing with, right? And you should be able to feel if it is for you. If it doesn't fit, it's not for you. So then it would be the person that you're dealing with. And then we get to the Death card and we split into 3 groups. And so this is either an emotional romantic, not necessarily romantic, it's an emotional relationship situation. So it's the bond between 2 people. But it deals with emotions. We have the Sun card, which is a young energy and it's new, so it may be especially since we're dealing with a lot of earth energy here. I feel like the Sun card is more so relating to like your job and career. So we have relationships, job and career, and then we have like more of an internal personal struggle. But in any case, it is speaking to a positive resolution. So there's those 3 groups here, and you may see yourself more clearly in one of them. And that is saying that the 9 of Swords here, the issue that you're worrying about, that you really have to let go of and let it pass, let the Death card take place in that situation, is one of those 3 cards that we just talked about, either the Page of Cups, the Sun, or the 9 of Wands. So when you see yourself in that situation, when you're with whatever you're dealing with or with the person that you're dealing with, remember that the resolution to this lies in being able to release and let it go. I hope this was very helpful for you, Sagittarius. Thank you so much for watching, and I will see you next time.